So here we are on Sportsvibetv with Gavin Henson in Oxford. I've seen you a few times over the years, Gavin. First time in Oxford. Obviously that's because you're with London Welsh now. You're coaching some kids today, aren't you? Helping to get some, lay down some roots for the club.
Yeah.
But how's it going?
It's going very well. I'm enjoying my time with London Welsh. It's great. It's just good to have the opportunity to keep on playing rugby. Enjoying working with Lynn, and it's great to be back at 10. And personally, my performance has been okay. They seem to be getting better, and that's a good thing. And hopefully, I can keep on improving.
You must be absolutely delighted with the way it's gone, Gavin. You know, you had all that time out, and then you didn't really settle in a few clubs, and here we are in the Premiership. You're playing in your best position, your beloved 10, and London Welsh are making mugs of all of us, and actually doing pretty well.
No, it couldn't have gone better for us, our start, and for me personally as well. It is my favourite position. I've said it for a long time, and not a lot of coaches will give me a chance at 10, and I owe Lynn a lot for giving me that chance. I just hope that I'm playing well enough to keep it, and to repay the faith in him and try and win some more matches. And obviously the biggest thing for us is try and stay in the league, which a lot of people have written us off about. But to be fair, we're playing well. We've got a good forward pack that's really fronting up every week, and it's up to us backs to complement them a bit better than what we've been doing. But it's coming. The performances are coming. We're winning a few games, and that's key. And that's key to why we're in Oxford today, to get the community involved. And winning rugby should bring the fans in. And that's why me and Jonathan are here today now, lay some roots and get the kids involved, and hopefully they'll come down and watch.
Lovely to be back with Lynn again. It's just like the old days.
It is just like the old days. I enjoy working with Lynn. it's never a dull moment. He is, he's a genius. He is a genius in the rugby terms, and it's been a great start to the season.
Now I don't know what your emotions are, sort of delight or relief, whatever. I mean, you had a bit to prove. Maybe to the rugby public, but probably more to yourself. And so far, you're absolutely doing it.
It's not great at the moment. It's okay. It's getting there. I'd like my performances to be a lot better, a bit more consistent. Still making a few mistakes, but it's good enough just to keep my position at the moment, which is good. And I think the biggest thing I want to prove to myself is that I can go, a full season, be available every week, and play every week, and see where that takes me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've all followed with joy and frustration your trials and tribulations of Gavin Henson over the years. Lots of highs, lots of lows, injuries, clubs, the lot. But I don't think there's any rugby fan in Britain who doesn't think you've got bundles of talent as a rugby player. So how frustrated have you been with the way it's gone? I mean, to be fair, you've also done an awful lot in your career. Just wondering, how much is there sort of unfinished business for you? Never mind everybody else, from your own point of view.
Yeah. Oh no, personally, I feel all those frustrations myself. What people say, I feel exactly the same about myself. And there's been a lot of highs, there's been a lot of lows. Some really bad lows. I don't seem to learn from them either. But I don't know. That's life. I don't know. I just got pretty thick skin. I just get on with it, and just. I still, as naive as I might be, I still think my best rugby is still yet to come. And I'm 30, so...
Well, you're not 38, are you? You're 30.
Yeah, no, 30, yeah.
And you've also not sort of had consistent 10 hard years of rugby on your belt. You've had a few breaks. So you're probably 30 going on 26?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think I got the mature rugby brain of a 30-year-old now, which is good, but then a body of a 23, 24-year-old. That's why I try and kid myself every day. But I do look after myself. As soon as I know I haven't got the skills, I'm out on the field playing or in training, then it's time to maybe realise that dream is never going to happen, that I'm never going to play my best rugby or get back playing for Wales or not. But I still believe that can happen. But for me, it's important that I get a full season under my belt and try and keep London Welsh in the Premiership. I
was going to ask you about that, Gavin. I mean, you've still got some dreams to fulfil, no doubt. And you mentioned Wales. I mean, it's as you well know, it's a long way off. You've got to secure yourself in the Premiership. But that's hopefully how it will end.
Oh, I hope so. I'd love to get back in that Welsh squad. It's such an incredible team, an incredible squad, and I've been so impressed by them over the last 2 years, and haven't really been a part of it. It's just been annoying and frustrating. But I'm working every day as hard as I can, with that goal in mind to try and get back there. But the main thing for me is that I'm enjoying my rugby. I'm playing a regular rugby, and I'm back at playing at 10. And we'll just see what happens.
If you could live your life again, if we could all live our lives again, probably a few things we would have done different. It's probably the same with you, but you know, you've had some adventures, some experiences. Some of them must have been pretty good, because otherwise it can be really non-stop rugby. It I don't know, it sort of makes you a bigger character. You've lived life a bit, and as you say, there's quite a bit left for you. Would you have done much different?
There are probably things I would have done different, but not to what people think. You know, some of the stuff that's been in the public eye, you know, I've really enjoyed, and been great experiences. And it's stuff I couldn't control.
Yeah.
And I do get a bit of flack, but it's half the stuff I couldn't control. But yeah, of course, there's things we'd probably all like to change and do differently. But that's life's experiences, and I don't know. As long as I try and make things right now, and maybe it'll be all alright at the end of the day.
There was a time, Gavin, when I thought we were perhaps losing you to rugby. There was a period of time when you weren't playing and you're doing other things, etc. Did you fear that as well, think that? Because you're playing now and obviously the juices are still flowing. Have you rediscovered your love of rugby, or was it always there?
No, I've completely rediscovered it. I wouldn't say it was always there. I had a few dark years where that's when I took the time out I had to. And but no, I rediscovered it, and but it was a tough ride back into rugby. It was tough. It wasn't easy. You know, things probably got held against me a bit for some of the decisions I made to leave rugby, which is fair enough. And luckily now I've been given a chance at London Welsh, and it's about making that work and doing the best I can. And no, I'm enjoying every second of the day, every time I'm training, every time I'm out there. So it's all good. So if I can get my performances up to where I want them to be.
So it's for the foreseeable future, Gavin Henson, rugby player. Hopefully in the near future, top rugby player, maybe even international rugby player, but not much else.
No, not much else.
No reality TV for a while.
No. I'm completely focused on rugby, and my main goal is to try and play it as long as I possibly can. So yeah, I'm just looking after myself and doing everything I can every day to try and prolong my career as long as, because I've messed around for quite a bit, and now it's time to put it all right.
Well, it's good to see you back. Why don't you stick around for a while, eh?
I will do it.
All right, cheers.